Welcome, guys. Welcome to part two of quadratic equation, part two. Okay. So now in this part, we'll be moving on to we'll continue the question on factorization, and I intentionally have one or two questions here so that because I know it's always challenging for you know for for students in there because of the understanding. So now that's why I'm breaking it down. We have number four, so that's we have 2x squared plus 13x equals what? 15. Now I've told you when plus is crossing equal sign in part one, I mentioned it in part one. When plus is crossing equal sign to the left hand side or to the right hand side, it changes to what? Minus. So it means 15 is moving to the left hand side in this regard. So this changed to what? Minus 15 equals what? 0. Okay, don't forget the 13x here. So now we look for two numbers. If you look at 15 divided by 3, 5 and 3. If you look at 5 and 3, if you plus it, there's no way to give you what? It will give you 13. So now it means that I can use 15 and 2. That will give me 13. 15 and 2. That's 15 and 2. 15 and 2 will give me 13. So it means at the end of the day, I will have this. And don't forget, what is, I've told you, anything on the right, the value on the right owns the sign. What's the sign here? Plus. It means anything we'll be doing will be plus. So I have to look at this part, which is plus, or either this part, which is plus. 2 minus 1 is 1, minus 1 plus 2 is 1. So that's the method I will use here. I can simply say 2s squared, okay, 2s squared plus 15x minus what? 13x minus 2x rather, minus 2x minus 15 equals what? 0. So if you look at it very well, I'm applying this one here. Let me use another this thing. I'm applying what we have here. So all those things, like I said in part one, they will be repeating itself. I'm applying what we have here. Okay. So like I said in part one, I'm just using this as an example. Even here too, I'm using it as an example. 2 minus 1 will give me 1, positive, because my 13x here is positive. Okay. So, and I know that 15 minus 2 will give me what? 13, which is the same thing as what we have here. So this one is the same thing as this. Okay. Now I'll now look at it very well. I'm factorizing. S is common here. I bring one x, so it will remain 2x here plus what? 15. Do you see it now? So if I expand the brackets here, 2x times x, 2x times x will give me 2x squared. X times 15 will still give me 15x. So look at this one very well. You see, minus is common. Minus is common. Minus is here. Minus is here. Bring the minus out. Okay. Do you see it now? Minus is there. Minus there. Bring it out. So it will be 1. That is what? 2x plus what? 15 equals what? 0. Don't be confused. Anything times 1 is still that thing. Joy times 1 is joy. A times 1 is A. Okay. B times 1 is B. C times 1 is C. Anything times 1 is still that thing. So this one is here. I'm bringing, there's nothing that can go in 2 and 15 here. That is nothing common here. There is nothing common. But the only thing that is common is they both have minus minus. And I bring the minus out. So minus 1. So 1 times this will still give me that thing. Now, don't forget, if you've done this part, this thing you are getting here must be repeated here so that you can narrate it back to, well, as I'm saying, don't forget, minus is common here. I bring the minus out. So it means it has turned to plus. If I expand this bracket, it will still give me this one back. Okay? So that is minus 2x minus what? 15 is back. So don't forget, plus times minus is what? Minus. Okay, let me even write that here too, so that you can get the understanding. Plus times minus is equals to what? Minus. Okay, minus times plus is equals to what? Minus. Okay, minus times minus is equals to what? Plus. Okay, so that is exactly what you need to note, that one too, as part of the note you're supposed to. Okay, let's just tag that as note 3. So this one is what? Note 3. node 3. Okay, very important. Plus times minus is minus. Minus times plus is what? Minus. Minus times minus is what? Plus. So in this guy, in this case now, you see, like I said, there's always plus here, but we don't write it. Minus times plus will give me minus. Minus times plus will also give me still minus, which is still the same thing as what we have here. So very important. So it means that this is common. And I told you there's one here, but we don't usually write it because one times this will still give us one. So this one, same thing as s minus 1, okay? That's 2x plus what? 15 equals 0. It's as simple as that, okay? So now it means that s equals 1 or 2x plus 15 equals 0. So it means here, now look at it now, plus 15 is moving, plus an equal sign. So it means it will change to what? Minus 15. So divide both sides by 2. If you divide both sides by 2, then it means that you have 2x over 2 equals minus 15 over 2. 2 we cancel 2, then it means x is equals to minus 15 over 2. So which implies that s is equals to 1 or minus 15 over 2. So it's as simple as that, which means that you need to note it. So don't get confused. We have note 1, we have note 2, we have node 3. So this node 3 is plus times minus minus, minus times plus minus, minus times minus plus, which is very, very important. And that is what we apply here. Okay? Minus is common, I bring it out. If I want to expand this bracket now, minus times plus is what? Minus. Minus times what? That times plus is also minus. So which is still the same thing. Please note all the notes. So that is that for number for number 4. I think that is clear now. We can clean that for part 2. For part 2 in quadratic equation. Okay, so we move to number 5 now. Number 5 is we have 2t squared minus t minus 1 equals 0. They've rearranged this one already. The previous one we've been doing, we have to rearrange it ourselves, bring it everything to the left hand side and equate it to 0. But in this question, they've rearranged it already. Okay, so and now they want us to factorize and get the t value. Okay, factorize to get the t value. So if you look at this very well, what can I add to give me, if you look at the value here, what can I add to give me what? Minus t. Minus t is the same thing as minus 1t. I told you anything times 1. 1 times t is still the same thing as t. 1 times v is the same thing as v. So I want to get minus out here. What can I do? It means that I look at note 2. That's why note 2 is very important. Note 2. I look at what gave me minus. This one gave me minus. This one gave me minus. So what can I do to get minus 1 out? So it means I can use it. In fact, coincidentally, I use 2 and 1 here. So it means that 2 and 1 will give me 1. So minus 2 plus 1 will give me what? Minus 1, which is minus t here. So minus 1 times t is the same thing as what? Minus t. So it means I can apply this. So which means that I can now say that 2t squared minus 2t plus t, which is the same thing as 1t minus 1 equals what? 0. Do you see it now? So this part here, let me use another color. This part here is the same thing as what we have here. Okay, they are the same thing, so they are equal. Okay, so I've been able to simplify it using this note 2, using this method. Okay, coincidentally I use the same value. The same value give us that. So this is no, not that one. Okay, sorry, not this one. I'm not using this method. Is this one? I'm using this one here. Okay, which is this. So if you look at it very well, minus 2 plus 1 will give us minus 1. And I need to minus t here. So that is the same thing. So now I can factorize. Look at it. 2t is common. 2t here. You have 2t here. You have 2t here. 2t comes out. It will now remain 1t here. Nothing will remain here. 1. I've told you anything times 1 is that thing. 2t times 1 is what? 2t. Okay, 2t times t is 2t square. Okay, now, so now then it means that if you look at this very well, if you look at this very well, I can bring plus 1 out and make it what? T minus 1 equals 0. Why did I bring plus 1? Because I know the value I got here, I must repeat it here for factorization, okay, to get your value of t, because it's very key. I need to repeat it here. So I know that, okay, yes, I don't want to tamper with this thing. I need to put plus 1. Even I told you anything 1 will still give us that value, okay? So which is very, very key. So it means that 2t plus 1, then t minus 1 equals what? 0. Okay, now it has come back to note 1, which says that a times b equals 0, either a equals 0 or b equals 0. So this one implies that 2t plus 1 equals 0, or t minus 1 equals what? 0. So 2t, like I said, when plus is crossing equal sign and it's moving to the right hand side, it becomes what? Minus. Or look at this one too. When minus 1 is crossing equal sign, moving to the right hand side, it becomes what? 1. So it means that t equals minus 1 over what? 2, or t equals 1. So that is the answer. It's very, very simple, but it's just that, you need to be introducing note 2, note 1, and note 2, note 3. You need to be using it node 2, node 3. Anything times 1 is that thing. And when you factorize like that, the first value you got here must be repeated in the second one when you're factorizing. Okay, so that at the end of the day you will not have, you will not be confused. Okay, if you have any questions, or if you have any troubles with you understanding this part, let me know so that I can reiterate it, and I can, because the benefit or the main purpose of this session, this online math coaching, is for us to get the understanding, the basic of each of those topics, so that you can see that mathematics is like chin chin and pure water. So please just raise it. If you have any questions, you can just put it in the comments. If you're confused, if you have any issue with on any of the parts that you've listened to. Okay, so if you look at number six is very straightforward. Okay, you have x minus 4, that's x plus 9. They've simplified it for you, they factorize it for you rather. Okay, they factorize it for you. You don't need to waste much of your time here. All you just need to do is that x minus 4, either that implies x minus 4 equals 0, or x plus 9 equals what? 0. You see now? So when minus crossing equal sign, moving to the right hand side or left hand side, it becomes plus. This is x plus 4, or plus 9, moving crossing equal sign, moving to the, so that's what? S minus 9. It's as simple as that. Very simple. They can just give you an objective question. What is the value of x in this quadratic equation below? Okay, just look at it and just do it. Or they can ask you factorize, like the factorization we've done so far. Factorize and then get the value of x for us. So from there, a lot of them. We can't solve everything, but we know we can touch more than enough questions that will help you in your exam. Okay, so if you look at this now, this is number 7. Okay, number 7. So we have 21v equals 8v squared minus 9. So if you look at this very well, they've scattered the arrangement for you. They want you to arrange it yourself. Okay, they've scattered the arrangement for you. Do you understand me now? So you just need to arrange it and see how it will fit. It will fit in into you factorizing, like the way we've been doing. Now look at this. Now I've told you there's always plus here. We don't know, and it's crossing equal sign. It will change to negative. So it means this one will be what? 0 equals 8v squared minus 9. This moves. This one moves to this side. So when it moves to this side with positive, it will change to what? Negative, which is minus 21v. It's just the same thing. They just scatter the arrangement for you. So they want you to rearrange it yourself. Okay. Now I can rearrange this thing again so that it will look like factorization for me. 8v squared minus 21v. I've told you anything on the right, the value on the right owns the sign. So I'm bringing it to the middle now. 21v minus 9. Okay. Very clear now. You see that is becoming the what you can factorize now. So I can say, let me rearrange it like this. 8v squared minus 21v minus 9 equals 0. It's still the same thing. I'm just trying to, it's still the same thing. I'm not moving anything. Okay. So now, if you look at this very well, you look at it very well, what value can you use to get 21? What value can you use to get 21 out? Okay. What value can you use? Let me know. Okay. Now from here, if you look at it very well, you want to get 21. So what you need to do is that you multiply this together, okay, to make it easier, because 21 is a bit higher. This is another form of it now, another form of factorization, okay. So this one will be 9 times 8, okay. So 9 times 8 here, you can just you can apply this somewhere, maybe at the top of your, it might not be part of yours if it comes out in theory, but if it's an objective, you know what you do. Of course, you have space. So 9 times 8 here is what? 72. So you look for value that you can divide with 72 that will give you 21. If I use 2, 2 here, 2 here what? That is 2 here, that's 2 here, 3, 3 times 2, 6, in 12, that is what? That is 6. So that is 6 times 2. So if I multiply, if I subtract or add this, it will not give me 21. So it means that 2 cannot work. 2 cannot work for me. Okay? So it means that at the end of the day, I can, let me try 3. So 3 in 7, we have 2. 3 times 2, 6, remain 1. 3 in 12, that is what? 4. Okay? Now it means that 24 and 3 can give me 21. That is how you can get your two factors that can go. So 24 and 3 can give me what? 21. So the next thing I'll now go is note 2. How can I get minus 21 out? Look at the two variables that can give you minus. This one and then and this part. That's minus 2 minus 1 will give me minus 2 minus 1 will give me what? 21. Then you can also have minus 2 plus 1 will give me minus. So it means if I say minus 24 plus 3 will give me minus 21. So you can see it now, very simple. So I will now come here and say, okay, I've gotten the two value. 8v square equals to minus 24v plus 3v, okay, minus 9 equals what? 0. So from here, I can see that this part here, you see, this part here is the same thing as what we have here. Okay, how did I get it? I've told you, if you have value at by the side here, if the value is not if the value is small, no problem. But if since it's high here, 8v, okay, then it means times this by together, 9 times 8, it will give you 72. Look for a value that will divide this path, that will divide it to give you 21. Okay, if I divide it by 2, it's giving me 36 and 2. So 36 and 2 cannot give me 21. But if I divide it by 3, it's giving me 24. So 24 and 3, if I manipulate it to give me minus, there will be something like to give me 21. So I need to look at what will now give me minus 1. Then I look at my note 2. My note 2, minus 2 plus 1 will give me minus. So that's why I use minus 24 plus what? 3v. Okay, minus 24 plus what? 3v will give me this. I'm repeating this now so that you won't get confused. You understand how this is being done in factorization. It's not hard at all. It's just the basic that you need. Now, if you look at this very well, 8 can go here. 8 can go in 24. 8 times 3 is 24. I bring 8 out. V is also common. I bring V out. Okay, so here it will remain V minus 8 times 3. That's what? 24. That is it. Do you see it now? 8v times v will give us 8v square. 8v times 3 will give us what? 24v. Very simple. And don't forget what you have here, you must repeat it at the second path. Okay? So it means if you look at it here, 3v will come out, plus 3v will come out, plus 3 rather, plus 3 will come out, then you now have v minus what? 3. Very important. So just know that what you have here, what you have here, and what you, so in factorization must be what? The same. Okay, so it means that if I put v minus 3 here, the only thing I can put here is what? 3. 3 can go in both of them, which is 3 here. So 3 times v is what? 3v. 3 times 3 is what? 9. Plus times minus is what? Minus. That is when note 3 is coming out. Plus times minus is what? Minus. You see that those notes are very, very important. There's no need for us to waste much of our time. So here you now have 8v plus what? 3 equals v minus 3, in brackets v minus 3 equals 0. So by the time you split it, it goes back to note 1. So 8v plus 3 equals 0. That implies, or v minus what, 3 equals 0. If plus move cross equal sign, that will be 8v equals 3. Then or v equals what, 3. Then v here will now be divide both sides by 8. That will be 3 over 8, or v equals what, 3. It's as simple as that. So please note, um make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share, so that people can learn, and then people can add to what they know, and then for them to see that, okay, this section, this mathematics is very key and it's very important, and then it's easier to learn and it's interesting. Thank you very much.